Right. So, part 1. Name an organelle responsible for the production of enzymes. Enzymes are proteins, remember. Enzymes are proteins, so the answer is ribosomes. Ribosomes make proteins. 2. From your knowledge of the active site theory, explain enzyme specificity. So, enzymes are specific. They will only react with specific substrate. So if you mention substrate, so that matches the active site of the enzyme. So only one enzyme will match with one substrate. They are specific. Let's go through this first. What happens to the activity of the enzymes when they are placed in a medium outside their optimum pH? Explain your answer. So if it's outside, just outside their optimum pH, will they work as effectively? So the activity of the enzyme is reduced. If you have the word reduced, so if the pH is way out of their optimum, the shape of the enzyme might be changed or denatured. So if you mentioned any of those. Part 4. In the case of any one named enzyme you have studied, you have used, indicate its optimum pH. So catalase, for example, what was that? No, it's pH.
4.
No.
16.
What did we? pH 9. It was our best pH when we used it. Right. So part V. In experiments which investigate the effect of pH on an enzyme activity, temperature must be kept constant. Explain why this is necessary and how it's achieved. Why is temperature kept constant? Because you can only have one variable in an experiment. And what are you investigating? You're investigating pH. If you're investigating pH, you must keep all other things that could vary constant. Okay, so how is it achieved in the experiment? Temperature, you use a water bath. Right, VI. In the case of the enzyme you have named, draw a graph of the enzyme activity versus pH. Alright. So to best describe that, you have with your enzyme, the optimum pH was about pH 9, wasn't it? 4 and it was 10. So the graph should look something like that. The optimum activity was around pH 9 for catalase. And as you went further, if you used a lower pH, the activity would go down and eventually it would become denatured. Above the pH 9, the activity would go down and eventually it would become denatured.